the most impactful people in my life have absolutely been coaches.
Why is it important that we get coaching, have a coach in our life?
The question I would ask your listeners and your viewers, do you need to learn something new? Do you need to level up skill sets? Do you need to be held accountable? Do you need feedback? Do you need to be inspired? Do you need to be motivated? If you need any of those things, then you absolutely need a coach.
Yeah.
And for me, I believe in the paradigm so much that the moment I decided to become a professional keynote speaker, I hired a speaking coach.
Right.
The moment I decided to write my first book, I hired a writing coach. What the elite understand is, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you will keep getting what you've been getting.
Right.
If you don't like what you've been getting, you need to change what you've been doing.
Right.
So for any elite performer, they're never satisfied with the level they currently are. They always want to matriculate up, and they know that it's that old saying, I think Marshall Goldsmith said it first, what got you here won't get you
That's
there.
right.
If nothing changes, nothing changes.
That's right.
So you have to be willing to make the change in order to get that. And we have two types of change. We have the change that is imposed upon us, which could be anything from a 2-year global pandemic to a restructuring at your office.
That's right.
Now, when imposed change happens, you need to recognize that you don't control the circumstances of the change, but you're in full control of your response to that change. And high performers choose responses, thoughtful responses that move them forward and help improve their situation. The other type of change, which I think is more of what we're talking about, is initiated change, is making a decision. And I know that when I do that, it's going to make me a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm okay with the temporary discomfort because it's going to lead to permanent improvement. And that is a trade we should all be willing to make, because that's ultimately our job as coaches, is to hold up a mirror to the client, to the athlete, to whoever we're working with. So when I was going through a divorce almost a decade ago, and I decided to go in for some professional counseling and therapy, of course, my terminology is I called her my relationship coach. She never once told me what I was supposed to do or what she wanted me to do. All she did was ask me questions and drop the breadcrumbs, and then I figured it out for myself. But what that did is now I have full ownership. If I make a decision and I don't like the way it turns out, I have no one to look at but myself. I made that decision. A good coach will push you to do the things that you do not want to do on your own. They will tell you the things that you need to hear, not the things you want to hear. It is my job as the coach to not only lay that blueprint, but to hold you accountable to the highest standard of excellence possible so that you can achieve that. And to me, accountability is one of the most important parts of being, well, not only a good coach, but a good friend, a good parent. I mean, it's accountability. And holding someone accountable, it's a gift. It's something you do for someone. It's not something you do to them. A good coach will also personalize and customize and be chameleon-like enough to know exactly what it is that you need.
That's a great
Because you
point.
should not be coaching everyone the same. If they realize they need to pivot, if they need to make a slight change moving forward, then you also guide them through that. Anytime there's an area of my life that I want to level up, the very first thing I do is hire a competent coach that has the expertise and experience to pour into me so that I can